I would love to get to do, something again in that world. Crippled with imposter syndrome at the time. And so I was really trying to just sort of like fake my way on set and just be like, I was just like, hey, I'm happy to be here. And so it was an incredible experience for me because I just got to like take all this stuff in. And and I remember at one point I had a conversation with Jon Hamm, and I was talking to him, and I'm like, hey man, I'm like, should I be like trying to like do something? Like, should I be like trying to like I don't know, like it just make an impression or like make do something? And he's like, no. He's like, your job right now, he's like, I've done movies like this, I've been in your position. Your job right now is to listen. He's like, just listen. It's all gonna make sense later. And that stuck with me. And that was like an incredible lesson because, not just listening as an actor, like in a scene, be the person who's listening the best, but just take this in. And and the amount that I learned from watching like Tom do what he did. And also, yeah, I mean it's an interesting thing because I think I probably originally had like maybe like 4 or 5 lines when I got the part. And then each draft of the script that comes out, I'd be like, oh, that line's gone, that line's gone. And then, I think we did a reshoot with some of the main guys saying our lines over. And I remember kind of being like a little bit bummed, but I'm like, it also makes a lot of sense, because if like all of a sudden 3/4 of the movie, like I'm in there and I'm like, gonna be sitting ducks for enemy missiles, people would be like, who is he? They're like, we don't know who he is. So yeah, I mean, of course, like I would love to get to do, something again in that world, and especially now that I've grown so much as an actor, it was such an amazing cast, and I learned something from everyone on there. It was really like I hit the jackpot as a young actor, getting to do that and be there. Um, but yeah, it's that's how filmmaking goes a lot of the time. I've had a lot of stuff cut. Probably some of it for my performance and some of it just because that's how it goes. So that's the business. But yeah, I would love to get to be in that world again. So